You're generally a stoic guy, but that has to be a little heart-wrenching. I mean, that's the circumstances all the way
I
through.
don't find myself a stoic guy. Maybe on the surface. That's fashionable to describe somebody as such. No, it's just we can't seem to, we have Zach really pitched another good inning. Darren was really good at getting a day, and boy, guys, that might be about as good as outings he's had, especially considering all the things, shorten a pin, and, he's, I think that was his fourth game in a row over 100 pitches. That's pretty impressive to carry that type of stuff and feel. I thought it was the best feel he had in command. He's pitched some good games for us. That was one of them. But I just feel like sometimes you can't quite catch a break, and when you got to make some too. We had some opportunities we didn't cash in on, and uncharacteristically, made some errors that cost us at the end. But there's a lot of things you can critique and break down, but we just didn't push over enough runs.
Does it seem uncanny there or whatever? You said you can't quite get some breaks, that you make those defensive switches after pinch running and two balls are hit right there and that ends up.
Well, Manny can make that play, just like the one earlier that he short hop, and Chris can catch that ball most times and not. That's why it really jumps out when it doesn't, because how good they are at it. So, you get some swinging bunts and some ground balls that find holes. We'll get some coming our way. Thought Henry had some good at bats. John had 3 or 4 hits, trying to do a little too much last time up, and everybody's beat up this time of year. Physically, mentally, emotionally. So is Minnesota. So is the team we're getting ready to play. That's why they call it Dog Days of August.
You talked about the resiliency of this club, but I mean, could it be tested in losing 4 straight to Minnesota, a team in the wild card hunt?
Could it be tested? Is it tested every day?
More so now?
No, they're all. It's all relevant, If you could walk a mile in their shoes, you probably have an idea what I'm talking about. It's just it's a test every day to your constitution, so to speak. So that's why the strong survive, and we've had people try to, I wouldn't say, what's another expression other than write us off, kind of. Critique it. It's important to people, and it gets critiqued, and they think this means that and that means this, and I know what it looks like, but I wouldn't sell a short. I really wouldn't.
After a really difficult series with these guys, do you feel like you have to boost the club, or is it, as you like to say, mentally and say it's okay, or is that, as you like to say, Captain Obvious, that they'll?
Oh, we do that every day. If you'd come in here at 8 o'clock in the morning today, we do that every day. Long before the doors open, we do that every day. We'll do it on the plane. We do it on, we do it in advanced meetings. We do it, there's 10 things like that go on every day between the coaches and the players and the staff and the clubhouse guys and the Kraven secretaries. It's a group, and those things go on every day.
How much does the groin injury with JJ and the tenderness there play into your decision to pinch run for him on, at second base? Would you have done that regardless?
No, I would have done it regardless.
So that did play a part in your thinking?
Yeah. Just like, Torrey Hunter sitting there to pinch hit. You got a lot of different things that weigh into a lot of things. So he Plouffe's ground ball goes to a fielder instead of in a hole. And, the swinging bunt was hit a little harder, both of them. So Zach had good stuff today again. I was impressed with Darren. Came out and showed you why he's Darren. We're going to, obviously, we borderline took a pitcher today. I'd be surprised if we don't get a pitcher tomorrow. I heard Brady went over to Bowie today, said Steve did well today. So we'll see what tomorrow brings.
Does Steve come back here and get on the plane, or see you wait and see?
No, we'll wait and see. One, if we're going to bring a pitcher, which at least one, how we're going to do it. So we don't want to jump the gun on making room for Peter to pay Paul.
So how do you view, you guys now, I hate to use a bad cliche, but the frying pan to the fire. You got Kansas City that's 7 games ahead of the rest of the American League right now. You have Texas right behind him playing very, very well. do you view that as, maybe this is the darkness before the dawn, and that will refocus everybody because it's such a challenge?
I look at Jimenez versus Medlin and trying to be, obviously it's a lot deeper than that, Peter. The things you say, on a 2 or 3 hour flight, there's a lot of things that go on. I just don't broadcast it and don't, I don't make it public. Nowadays, the way the locker rooms are with everything, you really can't have meetings. So, we do that all day long with different forums that don't get wrote up on headlines and stuff because it's not good for players to have that. So, yeah, they know, but I've said many times the road to where we're trying to get is challenging. It was last year. There were points where people thought, oh gosh, how are they going to play tomorrow after finishing at 3 o'clock in the morning, a real tough loss or whatever, and we did. It's why you get to this level as players, is because you have that in you. They've answered that bell many, many times through long, for sometimes 5 or 10 years. So that's within them. We'll see if we can be better in Kansas City tomorrow.
You talked about feeling for certain guys. I mean, Paredes obviously has been struggling offensively. Today you get him in that position almost out of necessity, and he makes the error, which can be looked at as a key error. I mean, how tough is it for him, to kind of deal with all of that?
Oh, not just Jimmy, but you know how much he cares and how much it bothers him. So your heart goes out to him. It's one of those things I talk about on the plane, and something that's already happened 3 or 4 times since it happened on the field that nobody sees. I mean, it's what we do. I mean, nobody's that cold to, the reality. You feel for him. Not selfishly for the game. There's plenty of times we could have made that not matter. That's why we were trying to scratch one across there with Matt, and was at the top of the bottom of the 8th. We knew that you got to think, what if they hit a couple swinging bunts and a ground ball? You always got to try to get some margin for error. But Jimmy, it's tough for him. So I'm not so cold to that. But he's got teammates that have already. Not just him. There's other people. But I guarantee you, next club and that club, they've been there. They've had the same challenges. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you, and we all know that. Okay, thank you.